Hey everybody, Marcus Crawford here with the Idaho Quadcopter channel. Hey, it is a cold December day. I just looked at UAV forecast. It's actually a balmy 28 degrees, and truthfully, it feels warmer than that. The sun came out, and that's going to help. There's some high clouds. It just moved behind a cloud here a little bit, so you probably saw it darken up a little bit. But what I have for you today is the new DJI Mini 3. Now, not the Mini 3 Pro, I'm going to call it the Mini 3 Standard. In other words, the version without obstacle avoidance, and that has been decontented to a certain degree. Now that sun is out again, so it probably brightened up a little bit. However, we want to get this guy out, and typically I like to do the first flight out here at Dedication Point out on the Snake River Canyon, but I wanted to get a beginner's guide out, so I did fly this earlier, a few days ago already, but this will be its second flight, and we're out at Dedication Point. As you can see, I'm going to step back. You can see it's a snowy landscape. You can see my landing pad on top of the snow there. So yeah, this is going to be, I don't know that I've been out here when there was this much snow on the ground. So this will be fun. Let's put the DJI Mini 3 up in the air. We're going to take it out over the canyon, of course, like we always do. We'll take some video, 4K 30 frames per second, and we'll probably try some of the panorama shots. That'll be about it for this video, and just get a good look around. So anyway, enjoy this. It's a nice cold winter day with, you know, lots of snow on the ground. All right, let's quit messing around. Let's get this bird in the air. Okay, I've got the drone fired up. Let's take a quick look at the safety menu before we take off. 35 meters, return to home height, that's good. It's not asking for any kind of calibrations. We can take a look at the battery. I burned up a little battery just a couple minutes ago messing around, but we're looking good there. So yeah, I don't see any reason why we can't take off. We're going to shoot in 4K 30 frames per second. Let me get out of the way here so you guys can see the takeoff. And again, we're in full auto, so I'm going to start recording now. And we're going to do an automated takeoff on the app. You can tell when the phone's a little cold, the touch screen gets a little bit wonky. Okay, let's bring this guy in. In typical DJI fashion, it is so steady, I have to tell you. So let's bring it in here a little bit, and with no obstacle avoidance, you can get it in close. I'm going to make sure it's focused on me there. So yeah, I mean, I don't think there's anything left to do here, but get this drone up in the air and get it do our droney out over the canyon. So I'm going to kind of point it that way a little bit. I'm going to readjust the focus there, touch the focus to infinity. And reverse and up now. We are in normal mode, reverse and up. And off out over the canyon she goes. We're not going to grab a lot of altitude. We're just going to head straight over the canyon. This thing is so smooth. It's a nice day today in that there's not a lot of wind, and we do have a little sunshine. So I'm gonna head it towards the sun here first. And boy, take a look at the canyon floor, man. Look at all the snow down there, and even right by the river itself. Yeah, I'm looking at the FPV screen. I can't tell for certain. It looks like even the yeah, no, it's just the sun reflecting off the river there. I thought there might have even been a little ice on the river, but just looking at my phone, that's just sun off the river. So let's throw it in. How fast are we going here? We're at 10 meters per second in normal mode. Let's throw it in sport mode and see what happens here. See how fast we can get going. Look at that, it's kicking it right up. Yeah, this is a little mini drone, folks, and we are almost up to 6. Yeah, we hit 16 meters per second there for just a minute or so. So that's about 35, 36 miles an hour. That's pretty darn good. So one of the things that I like to do is that I promised I would do in this video is get some panoramas. So let's get pointed off towards the dam here, and we can try out some panoramas. So let's kind of move the guy out over the middle of the canyon and get kind of pointed at the Swan Falls Dam off in the distance there. Whoop! That was me kicking that camera up too quickly. Yeah, that was kind of a real quick movement there. Sorry about that. Okay, I'm going to stop recording right now. And man, I'm standing right at the edge of the canyon, and it is beautiful, I'm telling you. So, of course, you guys already know that. You're looking at it on the drone. So we stopped recording. We're going to click on that little film strip. We're going to go into Pano. And I am going to do a 360 sphere first. Now, I may not show the completed sphere on this video, but I'll certainly probably put it on Facebook for you guys to see, and it'll take it a couple minutes to go through that. So I will edit out the big part of this while it's taking all these pictures. So we're just about done with that sphere. I will either put this part of it in high-speed mode or just edit it out altogether. But anyway, so there is a sphere, and I'll put that on my Facebook page. And let me click on that little sphere again, and we're going to do a 180 right now, and you guys will see this in the video. This will look pretty cool in this snowy landscape. You know, and it's just amazing that we have a camera on a little bargain drone like this that's capable of these kind of pictures. Okay, and I didn't quite have that centered up. So I'm going to center it up again, and then we're going to go into the wide angle version, and let's hit that right now. And you guys, yeah, I'll definitely show you this one in the video as well. Boy, I can hear a boat off in the distance, so they might be on the other side of the dam, but I definitely heard a boat take off there. Don't know if it's a jet boat or not, but yeah, it sounds like he's getting further away, so he's probably on the other side of the dam. Okay, that's it. So there's our panos. Let's go back into video mode, and we're going to start video again. And again, 4K 30 frames per second. Video started. Let's bring this guy back to us, but let's ease it around, and let's lower some altitude here, and let's get down lower to the river here. One of the cool things, and my friend Ted Bowman taught me this, is that when you get right on the edge here, and it makes sense, I am right on the edge of the canyon, and so I'm shooting directly at the drone, and you can get down to negative altitude down in the canyon. So we're going to go right down there. I'm moving forward now, but we're going to keep dropping altitude here. We're going to get this guy down low. We're 100 meters in the canyon right now. 120 meters down in the canyon. We are 400 feet below our takeoff point. And let's kick it into sport mode again here and kind of get going. We're at 58% battery, so we are in great shape on battery. You know, the canyon, I like taking pictures up high and video up high, but it's also, you know, lately I did it the other day with the Evo Light Plus, and it's just a lot of fun getting down low in the canyon here. And we're cruising right along above the river at about 35 miles an hour, 16 meters per second. We can kind of go sideways here, and I can show you this little rock with the cut through. You know, how many years ago did that fall off the side of the canyon and land there, huh? That's pretty cool. And I'm about directly above that. And so what I just realized is that the drone was on the other side of me, and I was pointed away from it. So I had a little, in fact, I'm right over the rapids now. Let's drop the camera down so you guys can see this. And shoot, we should be able to get down even lower. Let's get low over the rapids here. And I have a direct shot, so we're 150 meters below the takeoff point, almost 152 meters. And these rapids are pretty cool. Pick up that camera just a little bit and let's go over the top of them here in the middle of winter. And I probably should have slowed that down a little bit, but we're already past. So let's go downriver here a little ways. And the sun has kind of gotten covered by a cloud, and I can immediately feel it. All of a sudden, my fingers are getting cold. It's amazing. When that sun is out, even in these cooler temperatures, it feels warmer than it is. So we're, like I said, we're 150 meters below the takeoff level. Just cruising right downriver here. Full stick forward at about 35 miles an hour. Kind of giving you guys a look. Okay, let's raise some altitude and let's ease this guy around and kind of give you a look at the other side of the canyon. I don't spend a lot of time looking at this side of the canyon, but I think it's, especially with the snow, it's, you know, I'm usually looking at the side that I'm on because the cliffs are more, you know, they're more of a sheer cliff, but you know, let's show you something a little different. And, you know, again, I want to sing the praises. We're back into positive altitude again. I want to sing the praises of this little mini drone. And we're at 35% battery. I'll bet you we'll force it into a return to home here in a second. We'll just keep going down the side of the canyon here. And I got a little bit of a breakup on FPV there for just a second. That was kind of odd. You'll see that on the because we had a direct shot at the drone. Again, this one is OcuSync 2. It is not. It's not OcuSync 3. So the drone is probably just about directly across from us here. Again, we're burning up battery pretty good because I am full throttle in sport mode. And let's just kick it. We'll just let it go till it goes into return to home, which should be any time. Yeah, low battery RTH, right there it is. So I'm just letting go of the stick, and we'll let this guy come back. So that's something else that's worth talking about. I often tell people, you know, you don't need to be afraid of losing your drone. And it's rising to its return to home height, and it'll start its way back to us. Your drone always wants to come home, and I often tell that to new flyers. You got to work pretty hard to lose your drone. I'm not saying it can't happen. I'm just saying you got to work at it a little bit. And so let's see. Yeah, it's coming straight back to us. We were almost directly across the canyon from where I'm standing. And it's coming back at over 10 meters per second. My glasses are fogging up, and boy, I'll tell you what, the clouds have moved in. I think we got the flight in at the sunniest part of the day because I'm seeing way more clouds than I'm seeing blue sky right now. So, and you know, the other thing is, you know, I'm out here. Typically, the ravens are just flying around all over the place here. You know, you see a lot of raptors, but more than anything, you see ravens. And there's still a few of them around, but not so many. And yeah, it's telling us it's in low battery return to home. We're down to 19% battery. And by the way, this is the standard battery. This is a sub 250 gram, 249 gram. And here comes the little drone right above me here as I'm dropping the camera down. It's fun to see it flying back, pitched forward, coming home. Now again, this guy does not have precision landing, so as it comes down here, we'll likely cancel that landing, unless it gets over the top of the landing pad, but it doesn't look like it's going to. So we'll give it a little bit more. Yeah, let's cancel that right now. And yeah, that it wants to come down. I'm picking that camera up so you guys can see where I'm standing right here. There we go. And let's get it over the top of the landing pad here. Come forward just a little bit and this way just a tad and straight down. Well, I didn't hit the center of the pad, but we're on the pad, so I'd say that's a win. Hey, okay, wow, that was a really great flight. I really enjoyed that. And, you know, just talking about, you know, the goodness of the little DJI Mini 3 Standard, whatever you want to call it. You know, for the money for this guy, I mean, I paid $559 for this drone, a battery, and the RC-N1 controller. And you can get out and take the kind of video and pictures that you guys just saw. Pretty cool and represents a great value. And then plus you saw, you know, how versatile the drone is. We got it way down low. In sport mode, we were traveling most of the time at 16 meters per second or about 35 miles an hour, somewhere around there. It was just a fun day to fly, and you got to see kind of the canyon here all covered in snow, which was fun as well. The clouds have rolled in, so it was just enough time for one good flight here. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that. I had a good time doing it. I realized that I didn't have my camera going when I landed the drone, so you just saw that from the drone's perspective, not from the action camera, but that's okay. That's about it. This is Marcus Crawford with the Idaho Quadcopter channel out. And if you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing to my channel. Most of all, I appreciate you taking the time to look at this video, and we will see you on the next one. And yeah, I'm going to throw a little bonus content on here. I'm going to kind of show you a little bit of the area here all covered in snow. So stay tuned for some bonus content. Hey, okay guys, I promised you a little bonus content. So you can see here, this is the bench that I usually set all my stuff down on, and yeah, it's white pretty much everywhere. This is the little placards that where they talk about the dedication point here and dedicated canyon covered in snow. Let's walk down by the canyon wall itself here and give you guys a look. It's pretty cool seeing everything all white and snowy here, snow on top of the wall, etc. And there's the canyon. You saw that from the drone, but yeah, it kind of gives you a look. And when we flew by that big rock that I was talking about, that's that rock right down there, and there are those rapids. You know, there's still a lot of people that come out here in the winter. I just ran into a guy just a second ago that was out here, and he just went hiking up over the canyon rim off that direction. He's just hiking away. Pretty cool. So this is the trail back to the parking area, and you can tell people have been tromping this down. It's pretty icy right now, but yeah, I mean, it's just a whole different look in the wintertime. So cool seeing the sagebrush covered in snow. And there's a raven off in the distance there. Kind of icy here. Got to watch out you don't fall. Hey, okay, I'm back at the truck. Thank you for watching.